Hi and welcome. My name is Joy Koff, and I am the owner of Miracles of Joy, which is a metaphysical center located in Lewisville, Texas, which is just north of the Dallas area. So welcome, welcome. This is my series that I'm calling Miracles of Joy's Quick Tips. I'm putting together a series of metaphysical principles, and just people have some basic questions that they would like some answers to. So I am putting this series together to try to answer some of those questions. This one that we're working on today is called Channeling and Connection. So exactly what is channeling? Well, from where I sit, there's not a person who hasn't channeled at some point in their life. So let me talk a little bit about what does channeling feel like? When has your guidance stepped in and helped you in your everyday life? So it's called connection, it's called merge. From my perspective, when we're channeling, what ends up happening is our spirit guides, our angels, our higher self, God, Goddess, whatever label you want to put on spirit, merges with us at that particular time. So let's talk about what does that feel like. When I actually merge with spirit, what it feels like to me is I actually feel like this energy comes in through my crown chakra and it starts to overlay. And I just feel more present in the moment. I can feel where my heart chakra goes wide open. And I feel very connected to something that feels very powerful and very strong in that moment. I feel that energy go all the way down and anchor into the ground. So let's talk about when I ask people. I've done this many times, and this is my what I call my what I open with most of my seminars. Is I'll ask people in a room, how many of you have channeled or are channels? And usually what ends up happening, I may get like 3 or 4 hands go up. So then I go into this perspective. I talk about what channeling is. And I'll say, how many of you have had an experience in your life where you had a friend, a coworker, could be a stranger, someone who is really in need at that moment. And then you feel that human aspect of yourself kind of get moved over to the side. And it feels like you're merged and your heart chakra is wide open. And as they're pouring out their problems or the issue that's happening, these words of wisdom just come through you in a non-judgmental form that's there to assist them in an unconditional, loving way in that particular moment. And I said, this is channeling to me in a nutshell. And when I explain it this way, I see a lot of hands go up. And I'll ask them again, how many of you have channeled? And a lot of hands will go up in the room. And this is channeling to me. It's not necessarily about spirit guides, frequency, angels, archangels, God, Goddess. That's just the state of what we allow merge through us. But we're the vehicle that it merges through. So we are the biggest component of channeling and connection. So what I want to get across to you is we all channel all the time, every day. What ends up happening is when we're in our human self, we're in the past and the future, and God just exists in the present moment. When we get very present in a moment, we can allow spirit to merge more fully with us. There's a lot of viewpoints on channeling. There's a lot of, is it higher? Is it lower? Do I need protection? How do I do this? And I do have some series out there that we'll go into a little bit more details about, but I don't want to cover that in this particular video. This is just about explaining what is channeling. I am going to get further in the series. We will do some on how to sage your house, how to clear negative energy, and things of that nature. So let's just stick to this. I want to talk a little bit of the 2 kinds of channeling. You have been to channels who are what I would call unconscious or subconscious. They don't really remember what's going on. They allow frequencies to merge with them. These frequencies give you information from a higher perspective. They can cover things from your present, what's going on in your present life, what's your destiny, where do you need to go, ancient civilizations, past lives, but they always say things from a higher perspective. And what I mean by a higher perspective, they say things from your soul perspective, which is a little bit different than if you went in and got a psychic reading. Doesn't have to be, but can be. Sometimes you will operate and you will get a psychic reading. And in a psychic reading, it's going to talk about a snapshot of what's going on in your life and what you're bringing to yourself. Where when you're speaking with your guides and your angels or these beings, they're more about what you chose to do when you incarnated into this body at this particular time. What did you choose to experience? What did you want to learn? How did you want to experience? What challenges did you want to overcome? So from a channeling perspective, it's going to focus on your soul's path. What are those things that you chose to experience in this particular lifetime, and lead you down that path to be able to experience it. I talked a little bit about an unconscious, a subconscious channel. I am what I call myself a conscious channel, which means I just go in that state naturally. If someone walks into the front door, I could actually have my guides and my angels merge with me where I share information, because I'm guided to share it with them at that particular time. If someone's getting a reading, I allow that to come through me at that particular time. So I am very aware of what's happening, but what ends up happening is the further I get away from it, I finish with that reading, it's over. I may remember what Spirit said in that particular moment, but if it's not something that really I need to hold on to or I need to know, it fades. And someone can come up to me 6 months from now and say, oh, I remember when I met you at this event and you said this, and I have no recollection if that's what it is that I said. I was very conscious in the moment, but at that time, it was not something I needed to hold on to. So as that energy moves away from me, that information kind of fades unless it has an impact in my life. And let me explain that a little bit better. I may channel some information and that person is a mirror aspect of what I'm going through at that time. And sometimes I'll turn around and know what I'm sharing with them is very difficult. If I'm telling them to overcome something, I know it's very difficult because it's something that mirrors something in my life at that time. And I'm struggling with overcoming that. So sometimes it's called that mirror image that my guides will set up in front of me so they can give me information at the same time that I'm sharing information with someone else. And that's what I find that is so awesome and so cool about channeling. So connection and channeling. More about channeling is learn how to meditate, okay? Be willing to create a sacred space. Be willing to spend about 5 or 10 minutes a day just connecting to that energy, feeling your heart chakra go wide open, feeling that energy merge with you. Call your guides to you. Have a two-way conversation with Spirit. You can say, angels, I need help with this. Give me some information. And just feel that energy kind of merge with you at that particular point. Pay attention to the thoughts that pop into your head while you're in that merge state. And what I would highly recommend that you do is write down any information that you receive. Don't discount anything, write it all down. So I want to thank you for joining me today. My name's Joy Koff. I am the owner of Miracles of Joy Metaphysical Store in Lewisville, Texas. And if you have any questions or want to know any more about channeling, please contact me at info@miraclesofjoy.net. Again, that's info@miraclesofjoy.net. On our webinars, we've had some people that have channeled out there. So if you're more than welcome to turn around and order some of those channelings. They usually always remain relevant to what's going on. Believe it or not, it's just information that's relevant to us all the time. We do bring international channels through. We do bring people that connect to their angels, people that connect you to your spirit guides. So keep a lookout on the classes and workshops that we offer. Again, thank you.